What's going on, guys? TRY here. Welcome back to the second episode of Extreme Gun Makeover. This is a series on my channel where I give guns of your choices an extreme makeover to make them look as best as they can aesthetically. The performance of the gun doesn't exactly really matter, it's just more of the looks. Anyways, getting started, in this episode I have chosen one of the top comments left by one of you guys in the previous episode. It comes from I'm a Fanboy, and he said, the most useless loadout in Battlefield 4. Mx4 with the ACOG scope, heavy barrel, and flashlight. For my secondary weapon, I would be running the FN57 with the ghost ring, suppressor, and flashlight. And as for my two gadgets, I will have the MPT Law rocket launcher and the AT mines. He also noted that the mines are the most useful gadget I have in this class, so I should try to plant some mines where the vehicles won't expect it to be. Now, this seems like it's going to be a super crazy loadout, and it is, but I want to note, in this series, I'm not really looking for loadouts. I am looking more to transform a gun's look in the game to make it look aesthetically pleasing. Now, I don't really mind turning this series into more of a loadout series if you guys like that. It's fine by me, so what do you guys like to see? Gun only or a whole loadout? Make sure to leave your thoughts and opinions down below, as I like to make videos which you guys actually want to watch. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about my experience of using this PDW, and all I have to really say, it is poop. I Am a Fanboy did a great job just to even further make this gun so much worse. None of these attachments actually go with the gun itself and with each other. I would say there's already no reason to really even use this PDW because there are just so many other guns even in the same category, and in my opinion this gun is basically one of the worst weapons in the game. So unless you really enjoy the look of this gun or for some other random reason, I would say there's no really a point to even use this PDW, so no offense to anyone who actually likes using this gun, I just personally don't see the point. Now, with all three of these attachments, they just do not help at all to improve this gun overall. The ACOG scope is terrible with this gun because you have way too much zoom for such amount of kick. It's also a PDW, so you just really want to keep most of your engagements in close ranges, so it's not really a good idea for my running gun playstyle. But if I were to use the ACOG scope maybe on something like the Scar H, I think it would work much better because I can engage enemies at much longer ranges. And also, the heavy barrel just goes completely against with the ACOG on the Mx4 because it increases the insane kick even more. So I just think it's a very counterproductive attachment to this gun, and I personally would not recommend putting a heavy barrel on PDWs in general because, again, there's not really a need to go for the long ranges. You most likely want to keep your engagements close quarters where you will have the advantage compared to assault rifles, while if you are using the assault rifles, you have a much better advantage compared to the PDWs at mid-range. And lastly, with the flashlight, it might just be the most productive attachment on the Mx4. It does kind of help blind your enemies when you are in close quarters combat, maybe causing them to miss some of their shots, but it does sometimes give away your position because I was playing in Pearl Market at nighttime, and having a flashlight on your gun will basically paint a giant red marker over your head, so sometimes I did turn it off while playing on that map. So I would probably much rather prefer a laser sight because a lot of times when I use this weapon, I would aim down sight at my enemy and start firing away, but it always leads me missing most of my shots and probably not getting the kill. So I learned to start hip firing more often when using this weapon, and it actually does help a lot. So a laser sight would probably benefit me more than a flashlight, but still, the flashlight is still more productive than the heavy barrel and the ACOG. So overall, this loadout is pretty god awful. The secondary weapon, which is the FN57 with a flashlight, suppressor, and a ghost ring, would not be my preferred sidearm. I would much rather prefer something which is more heavy hitting like the Deagle, but I guess having the 5.7 is still better than having nothing. Now, as for my two gadgets, they aren't completely useless. I have gotten a couple kills using the MBT law rocket launcher, but at the same time I could have probably done the same thing with something like the M320 or the RPG. And with the AT mines, I'm sure they're very useful, but since I played maps which really only suited close quarters combat because of the Mx4, I didn't really get a good chance to take advantage of these mines. Anyways, that about wraps up this episode of Extreme Gun Makeover. Make sure you copy this loadout and just try it for yourself and just give me some of your opinions on it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know down in the comments how you guys are actually liking this series so far, and also suggest a gun and its attachments for me for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.